Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's RM Tech here. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to design a bills payment platform app UI in Figma. A bills payment app is an app that you can use to buy airtime, data plan, pay your cable bills, buy electricity bills, pay government taxes, book for your airline and hotels, and pay some of your school fees. It's basically an app that gets things done for you easily. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how you're going to design a very simple UI for your next project. So I'm going to walk you through the app UI I've designed for you today. So I'm going to teach you how I achieve everything like this. So let's walk through this app UI. So first of all, we have the home screen for the app. We have the user avatar and the welcome message, the notification bar. Then the wallet balance, you can always fund your money in your accounts with either bank transfer or card. Then we have some shortcuts, which is mostly what people use most of the time. Buy airtime, buy data, virtual card, or electricity bill. For some quick service, you can pay your cable bills. You can pay taxes like Uber and Bolt. You can book airline. You can pay government payments like maybe you want to get some particular file in your local government or in your federal government office. You can just pay through this app. You want to pay your children's school fees, maybe college, elementary, or university. It will be very easy for you to get it done on this app. If you want to pay a particular reputable hotels, you can easily pay and book from this app. And if you want to bet, there's some betting platform that allow you to top up the account with bank card. So instead of using that, you can top up the account right from this app. And also for a concert pin or a movie ticket or cinema, you can always do it right here. So I'm going to walk you through what I've designed in this app. So today we'll be designing another page for airtime and airlines. So this is how the airtime area look. If I click on buy airtime, you can easily select your network provider in your country. So I'm currently in Nigeria now. So these are some of the reputable network provider. So we have MTN, 9Mobile, Airtel, Glo, and Vodafone. So you can select your top-up amount, or you can just type your top-up amounts. So then you enter the phone number you want to top up. So after you have do that, I'll just choose like $100. Then I'll click on continue. So when you click on continue, it's going to give you a prompt again that this is the phone number you want to buy for, and this is the amount you selected, $100, and the network provider is Vodafone. So this app will also going to provide a discount for users, which is going to make it different from traditional bank app that you can use in buying airtime. So the discount you're going to give is $8. So you can either pay using your wallet balance, bank card, or use cashbacks. All this cashback that you are getting there, all this minus $18 is accumulating. So you can end up using it in future. So by the time you click on pay, you get your airtime. So let's go back. At the next page I designed is airline. So in the last video I posted how I get this done. So in this video again, I'm going to repeat it again. So what this does is that you can select your destination and it's very going to be interactive. So let me click on select. I can choose the select destination. You see, I click on it and I was able to choose New York. And if I go down to the destination, I can select and choose Chicago. See, everything's working. Therefore, the departure date, I can either select the departure date, maybe April, or let me select it down to September. I can decide to say, okay, I want to leave. I want to depart on the 10th. So I'll scroll down onto the 10th. So that is it. Then on the year I want to depart, let me say 2002. And that is it. So the number of people I'm booking for, let me say I'm booking for me, I'm a wife, so I'm going to select 2 person. Then after that I'll click on continue. Then you can book your flight. So these are the things we're going to be designing in Figma today, and you're going to learn 1 or 2 things in designing this kind of UI, and you'll be able to learn how to do drop down menu, pop-ups, and other things. So now let's get started. So go over to your Figma and create a new project. So the first thing you have to do after creating a new Figma file is to edit the name. So I've already edited this to Bill's Payments YouTube tutorial. So the first thing you have to do is click on frame, then select iPhone 14 Pro Max. There you have it. So the first thing you do is edit the name and make it App Home. That is it. So click on it again and let's curve the edges. Let's make it 30. Good. So if you look at our design, our background is like mustard yellow. So I'm going to show you how I achieve this kind of color. So you click on this and go to fill. When you go to fill, you change it from solid to linear. Till you click on the first color here, then you select this yellow. So this is the yellow I used, this particular yellow, and I'll go over to the next color and choose this kind of yellow, the deeper one. Then I'll expand it like this. Yeah, so I'm going to then I will drag this one to the top so to have a dark fill color. So after that, you can click outside area or just click on close, and there you have it. So the next thing you are going to do is pick a rectangle and fill the other half of the page. So this is what I mean. Pick a rectangle and draw from here. I think this is enough. Wait, pick a rectangle and let's start from here. This is okay. So now we get to the bottom. Literally get to the bottom. That's cool. So let's increase the width so everything will rhyme. Good. This is perfect right now. Let's go down. It's very much perfect. So now there's something I need to do. I need to curve the edge, so the edge here we go together with the frame. So like I did before, the edge was 30. So now I'm going to click on independent radius. I'll make the bottom 30. Click again and make the other one 30. This edge and this edge, they are 30. Good. So this one will still remain the same rectangle. So I'm going to curve it with 50. So I'm going to make it 50. There you have it, and the other one 50. So that is it. So now we have to add color. So you activate it, click on it, go to fill, change it to deep blue. So this kind of blue. Good. There you have it. So you see we are that's how our UI will look. So the next thing you have to do is design this card over here. But before we go straight to it, let's start from the top, so we'll not skip anything. So the first thing you have to do is I'll leave a link in the description below where you can pick this status bar, this time and the battery and network bar. You can download it and import it into your Figma, then copy this status bar, so you'll not waste time in designing it. So I'll paste my status bar at the top. So we're done with that. We don't have to waste time on that. So the next thing we have to do is our image. For our image, all you just have to do is go to your shape, click on eclipse, drop the eclipse and make sure you change it to 50. 50 is too much. Let's make it 35 by 35. So that is okay. So go to fill, change it from solid to image, choose image, and go to pictures and I have my image here. So that is it. So if I want to add any other effect, maybe a stroke or something, I can add it, but I don't need that. So I'll drag it here and put it here. That's for my image. So the next thing we are doing is a greeting message. So all you just have to do is pick a text, drop the text and type welcome, comma, the username rmstack. So you drop it here. You can increase the font size if you wish. So let's make it 14 so it will look more appealing. So that is it. The next thing you have to do is add a notification icon. So to add this, you just have to go to plugin, then over to font awesome icon. Then you can search for Bell, B-E-L-L, Bell. So click on it, drag it there. So Figma has the tool that will give you line if everything is aligned. See, so that is it. So now let's change the color to white and let's delete this. So the next thing we have to do is add a text having wallet balance. In order to do that, click on text, type wallet balance. Change the font size to 18 and make it semi-bold. That is good, so leave it like this. So after that, you go to font awesome icon and search for plus. Then you can add this plus icon. You drag this plus icon down here. So let's bring this down a little bit. So we are going to increase this size. So we are going to make it 35 by 35. So change the fill color to white. Add the amounts that you want to add as a text. So we're going to add $1,700. Make it regular. Increase the font size to 35. Good. So you drag it down here. We need to add an icon for a eye, so you can blind this and can unblind it. So go to plugin, then font awesome icon, search for eye, change the eye icon to white. So let's group this. And so we can drag it up a little bit. So we need to add a caption to this particular icon here. So go to text and add font, or just let's make it top up. Drag it down here and reduce the font size to 18. So after that, add a rectangle. Go to your shape and draw a rectangle. So I'm going to add from here to here. So you just curve the radius and make it 35. That's too much. Let's make it 25. I think this is also too much. Let's make it 20. So good. These 20 look good. Let's change the font size to white. Then you go to effects and add effects. So in the effects, let's change the color to the mustard yellow. So you have something like this. Then you reduce the appearance of the shadow. Let's make it 65. So we end up having something like this, which is cool. So the next thing we will have to do is add some icons for buy airtime, buy data, and virtual card. So that you get the perfect thing, click on your app design, go to layout grid, change it from grid to columns, change the count to 5 and make the margin 21. So doing this, we'll be able to get the perfect shape we want to put our icon. So we'll be putting them in between this white. So we're adding 4. So now the first thing you have to do is add a text and type buy airtime. Change the font to 14 and the fill to black. So I'm going to make it here like this. Now let's reduce it to 12. So it will be cool. So now all you just have to do is duplicate, Ctrl D, and move it to the left. Ctrl D again, Ctrl D. We need to expand this a little bit. So let's adjust all this. We'll change this to buy data bundle. Let's change it to the data bundle. The next thing we have is virtual card. Virtual card that you can use in purchasing anything on international websites. And for this, we'll change it to electricity. So now that we have this, the next thing we have to do is start adding the icons. So go to plugin, font awesome. For airtime, you type phone. So you have something like this. So we are going to add this icon. Let me see. Good. We'll add this icon. So before we place it here, we need to expand this a little bit. Let's not expand it. Let's add a rectangle. So when we add this rectangle, we're going to reduce it by 30. So you have something like this. But I feel this is too small. Let's make it 45 by 45. Good. Then we'll corner the radius with 7. Change the background color to deep blue. Let's add some effects. Good. Leave it like that. So you can drag this icon in. But before you drag the icon in, I will advise you duplicate this background first. So place Ctrl D, bring it down, Ctrl D again, and D. Now you have 4. So you can change the color of this icon to white. Then you drag it in here. Let me zoom in so you see it very well. So you drag this in. So click on it and bring it to front. Good. So you can rotate it if you wish. So this is how you rotate it. Now that we have something like this, you can highlight everything and group it. Group selection. So the next one we have is data bundle. So all you just have to do is go to plugin, font awesome icon, and search for Wi-Fi. Search Wi-Fi. Change the Wi-Fi color to white. Drag it in here. You can group it, group selection. The next one we have is virtual card. So go to font awesome, search card. Sorry, undo. Drag this. Put it here. Change the color to white. Highlight everything and group it. Ctrl G or right click and group selection. And last but not the least, which is electricity, you go to font awesome and search for, what do we use here? Bulb. Yeah, Bob. So this is Bob. I'll drag it down here. So change the color to white and delete the leftover. So now that we can group it, Ctrl G or right click and group selection, you can then start dragging these icons over here. Drag this one over here also. So you use the Figma tool that give you align that everything's aligned. And for the virtual card also, you do the same thing. And for the bulb, use the electricity, you do the same thing. Good. Let's align it properly. So this virtual card can move it to the left. Good. Now we are done with this size. So the next thing we have to do is design for the quick service. So for this quick service, we are going to do it very easy and very fast. So I'm going to teach you what you're going to do. So first of all, you pick a rectangle and you draw from this edge down to half of this edge. You understand? Reduce it. Reduce the height a little bit. Now you can duplicate, Ctrl D, then move it to the left. Now, as you can see, both are very close, so we have to reduce the width. And for these two, we have to reduce the width. So we're going to check here, what is the width of this one? 39. What is the width of this one? 39. 39, 39. Good, which is perfect. So if you have done something like this, you can duplicate, Ctrl D, bring it down. Then you can Ctrl D again. How many do we have? 4. Then you Ctrl D again. After you have Ctrl D, you duplicate this one also, Ctrl D, bring it down, align it to the next one, then Ctrl D again to duplicate. Good. As you can see, everything is perfect like this now. So the only thing you have to start doing now is to change the color. So start working on the color. We'll change the first color to, what do we have here? I think the mustard yellow. We'll change it like this. The next one, we'll change it to, we can reduce the appearance of the color. We can make it 70% so it will not be too bright, but I feel we should just leave it at 100%. You can change this particular color to white. You can change this to maybe neon color. Then we can change this to maybe maroon. Maroon, it doesn't look good. I think finding a lovely color. You can choose any color you like though. So I'm going to go for this red. And for this, maybe I'll go for purple now. Good. And for this, you can also change it to any color you wish. So change it to this blue, yellow color. For this also, I'll make it good. This color is cool. For this also, I'll make it blue or sky blue. So fine, this looks good. Now that we have a multiple color that make the app more appealing and nice, so the first thing you start to do now is to add text. But there's something we need to add before all this. We need to add a text at the top which says quick service. change the font size to 18 and make it white. Then you drag to the top here, quick service, or you can just take it to the middle. This look kind of good. So now we can start working on the text. So click on the text, type, what do we have here? Cable TV, or you can change it to TV subscription, it depends. So we'll reduce the font size to 14. Then the next thing we have to do is duplicate this into 8 places. Ctrl D, bring it down, then Ctrl D again. So we don't have to be working on the text size and everything over again. So now all you have to do is add a icon. You search TV, then you see this TV. Let me zoom in so you can see properly. So you change the font's color to white. So the next thing we have here is taxi and trains. So we change this font text to taxi and trains. Go to font awesome and search for train or taxi. Sorry. Did my system just hanged? Okay, no, sorry. Taxi. So there we have it. You can delete this. Let's reduce the size. No, I think the size is okay. Let's just change the font color to white. So the next thing we have is airline. Change this text to airline. Maybe airline tickets. So go to plugin, font awesome icon, and search for plane. So you select this, change the font color to white. The next one we have is the government payments. Government payments. So you go to font awesome and search for COURT, COURT, or justice. Justice is not there. Okay, balance. Yeah, you can see this. So this actually kind of represents the government. So change the font color to white. Government payments, change it to education. Education. Go to font awesome. Search education or search maybe graduates. So you can pick this icon. Change the color to white. The next thing we have is travel and hotels. So change this text to travel and hotels. So we'll go to font awesome and search for hotel. So you see this, you can drag this here. Change this font color to white. What else do we have? We have sports belts and tickets. Change this to sports belts. So we go to plugins and search for football. So I'm going to select this. Fill. Next thing you have to do is ticket and pin. Change it to tickets and pin. So you go to font also and search for tickets. So ticket is definitely there. So it's aligned with the previous one. You change the color to white. So now we just have to start grouping them. Group each and every one of them. Ctrl G to group, Ctrl G to group. So group all of them, each and every one of them. So after grouping, you can start dragging them one after the other into a quick service. So this makes it very easier. Oh, okay. There's something we need to change here. Since the background is white, we have to change the color to, what do we have here? To mustard yellow. And for the icon also, change it to mustard yellow. Good. So that is proper now. I feel we have to ungroup it. Sorry. So bring this down a little bit. Let's ungroup this also. So for the airline tickets, we'll drag it in here. In case you can't see the airline very well, I think we should change it to black so we should be able to see it. We can group it now and drag the icon to the white. So for government payments, drag it in. Ungroup and drag the balance to the white. For education, drag the education tax so you can group it. Move the icon to the white. And for travel and tours, you drag it in. Group it, take the hotel to the white. For sport betting, drag it to the white and make the color mustard yellow. And then make it black. Good, this looks good. So ungroup it. So take the ticket and pin. Ungroup it. Take it to the right. Good. So we are done with the design. So the next thing we have to do is just create a banner for the bottom. You can make it auto animated, that it will just be swiping and swiping. So let's do that now. Wow, I feel there's more space. This is good. So all you just have to do now is pick your rectangle and draw. Increase the width. Let's drag it in here. So you can change this to white. So you can drag it out. We're going to duplicate this thing 3 times. Ctrl D. Ctrl D. So each and every one of them will have different color. So the next one will have deep green color. Or yeah, deep green. Or something like this. While the other one will have mustard yellow color. Yeah, all these are going to be banners. So I'm going to be typing get amazing cashback on all your recharge. Good. So I'll change this text font to Poppins. Increase the font size to 18. Make the color black and drag it in here. You can still increase the font size to 20. Good. So now we can add a font. You can go to icon 8 to get an illustration. So allow icon 8 to load. So while it's loading, we're going to select an illustration image for phone. So the banner will look nice and appealing. So while it's loading, let's continue to design for the next screen. So okay, it's here now. So I'll go over to illustration and just search phone call. So let's see what it will bring out. So in your own case, this network might actually come, these images might actually come faster. Okay, so I'll select an amazing call now. So let me pick this illustration. Good. So we can reduce this to 70. Good. We can drag this here. I'll make it 100. So for this next one, we're going to search for cards. So we're going to use this for creating virtual card on this app. I'm going to name it WEMS Bills Payments. So I'm going to add this as PNG. So let's allow it to appear here. So let's make it 100. Good. So we can drag it here and use it. And for the last one, we'll search for plane, which to have an advert for book airline payments. We're still going to see now. Good. After this, it's going to appear here now. Good. So reduce this to 100. And drag it here. So we can close this window. We can start adding text over here. let's cover all these edges. Let's see how it look. 12. This look good. 12 and 12. So let's add some couple of text here. Something disappeared, which is the call. Wow. Go to plugins and add the call again. I don't know when I deleted it. The call I added here is gone. Let me search phone then. I mistakenly deleted the illustration we added, so let me just add it again. Let me add this. Good. So let me reduce this to 100. Okay. So I'll just drag it in here. So we can start adding text. So I'm going to duplicate this text and drag it down here and change it to white. Let's change this to create a virtual dollar card for international payments. Good. And for this, we'll duplicate this text again and bring it down here. Book your flights with ease and enjoying amazing discounts. So now that we have this, you can highlight everything and create components. Highlight everything, create components. Does that really matter? Now let me remove this as components. I don't want it to scroll. I want it to autoplay and scroll by itself. So I'll highlight everything and make it a frame selection. I like this too, make it a frame. I like this too, and make it a frame. So now that I've make it a frame, I can drag it in here. Good. Then I can go over to my prototype and connect this to this. So now I'm going to make it after delay. It's not active. Wow. I wanted to make it after delay, so after some couple of time it will slide by itself. So let me undo everything and remove it from frame selection. Good. So what we're going to do now is add a frame, drop the frame, and replace this background rectangle to the frame. So now the background is 383 by 135. So the width is 383 135. Good. So we can corner this with 12, and that is good. So now I can drag this in here. I have the same results but different components. Good. So I can delete this. So I can duplicate this frame, Ctrl D. Delete the text inside, delete the text inside, and duplicate again, Ctrl D. So now we just have to drag our text in, change the background to green here, and take this icon inside. Good. We arrive at the same thing. Delete this. So just change this background also to mustard yellow. Drag the text inside. Drag the icon also inside. So you can delete this. So now it's definitely going to work. So drag it down to my design. Go over to prototype. Link it to the next one. After delay. Wow, why is it not still active? Amazing. Okay, let me undo it. This is definitely going to work. I want it to autoplay. Okay, I'll group it. If I group it, it won't work. Change it to frame selection, components. Components, frame selection. Components, frame selection. Good. Make this a component and then frame it. Let's see if it's going to work now. Good. It can be delayed now. After delay. So I want it to be navigate to and smart animate, and I want it to be delayed for 3 seconds. That is 3000 milliseconds. And I'll connect this one also to the frame and change it to after delay, smart animate, and I want it to be delayed for 3000 milliseconds. So I'll connect this back to this. So it's going to be after delay 3000 milliseconds. Good. So now I can go back to my design and drag this in here. Voila, we're done with the design. So let's run it and see what we have so far. So what I just did here is that this is supposed to swipe by themselves. It will change after 3 seconds. So let's see what we just have now. So the next thing we are going to do is button navigation, but I will not dive into that now. It's quite an easy thing. So we are going to move over to the buy airtime page, but let's look at what we have done so far. So let's look at this. So this is supposed to be swiping every 3 seconds. Okay, still loading right here. Okay, still loading. Let's allow it to load. So this is supposed to swipe after every 3 seconds. Doesn't change yet. 2000 milliseconds. Instant. So definitely it's supposed to work. So let's restart and see what we have. So this is supposed to change. Why is it not changing? Anyway, we'll go back to that later, but definitely this is supposed to change next to this. Then after this will change next to this. So I don't actually know what is wrong. So it's actually going to change. Maybe it's my network. So let's move further to an important thing for buy airtime. So let's duplicate this page. Go to design and duplicate it. Ctrl D. Now that we have all this, we are going to delete almost everything inside. I will drag out this and delete every other thing inside the app. Drag this back. Good. Buy airtime. We'll have something like this. Change the fill color to white, and let's start designing for the buy airtime. So the first thing you have to do is add a text and type buy airtime. Let's add a subtitle, easily buy airtime, enjoy amazing cashbacks. So centralize it and reduce the font to 12. So let's proceed. The next thing you have to do is start designing for the network. So for the network, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the grid. So the first thing you have to do is pick a rectangle, reduce it by 50%, corner the radius with 5, add an effect, change the color to white and duplicate into 4. 1, 2, 3. Good. So the next thing you have to start doing now is to change the background of this to the image of the networks. So I'm going to change it to image. I think I have 11. Then I can change this to MTN. Good. I can change this to Airtel. And I can change this to Vodafone. I can also change this to My Mobile. Good. So as we have this now, you can drag this under here. So put them in each of the boxes. Oh, we have 5, sorry. Just duplicate this, Ctrl D, and let's change the last image to glow. Perfect. So drag Airtel also along. So for the Vodafone, that is cool. I'll drag it here. Just make it here. For glow, put it here. And for Nine Mobile, I put it at the end. Let's look if they are aligned properly. So they are all aligned, which is great. So let's add some couple of texts. Please select your network provider. Change it to black. Where is this guy? Good. Now that we have done this, the next thing we have to do is to add another rectangle. So drag it. Good. Here's how the rectangle will look. So I'm going to make it white, add an effect, curve it with 15, add a stroke and reduce the stroke color to 35%, so we end up having something like this. Then the next thing we have to do is add some number of amounts. So we're going to add 3 and 6. So add a rectangle, drop it here, make it 50%, corner the radius with 8, change it to white. Change the color to effects, duplicate, Ctrl D, let's edit actually before we Ctrl D, add a text and type $10, change the font color to black and change the size of it to 25. Let's bring it to fonts. Now that we have this, let's reduce this font size a little bit to 20. So highlight everything, Ctrl G and duplicate. Ctrl D, 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 D. Good. So now we'll drag it here. Well, I didn't add a stroke initially, so let me leave it like that. I'll add this also here. And this here also. And add this here. Change the font size and change the text to $20. $40. $40. $50. Change this to $100. So now that we have this, need to add enter amount. A text that has enter amount. So I'm just going to type this. Make it a black. Add a stroke. Reduce the stroke by 15%. Make it 20. Corner the radius a little bit with 5 and add a text inside it. Enter amount. So I'll enter between $10 to $15, $10 to $100. So change the fill color to black. Change the text to 10. Now drag it in here. Let me make it 15. Use the font color to 50. Yeah, so this is good. So we'll have a phone number. We'll duplicate this, Ctrl D. Duplicate this text also. Ctrl D. Change it to a phone number. So I'm going to make use of my phone number. My phone number. So if you have your phone number, you type it yourself. So this is mine. This will take your phone number. Use the font size to 50%. No, 70 is okay. So the next thing we have to do is add a button. So do a button. Curve the radius with 50. Change the background color to blue. Add a text. Continue. So now we are done with this. Let's change the name of this to buy airtime. The next thing we have to do is airtime payment page. So in order to do this, all you have to do is add a frame. So you are going to make use of this size. So 431 by 717. 431 by 717. So corner the radius. The top radius. Here we have 50, 50, 30. 50, 50, 30, 30. Good. So we can start designing for the airtime payment. For the airtime payment, you just have to add a text. Change the font size to 18. Good. So you start adding all the details like this. Mobile number. Change the font size to 14. Then you can paste your phone number. So after you have done one, you can duplicate this text and bring it down. Duplicate again and again 3 times. So you can start changing this to amounts. So it changes to $100. So I end up having something like this. So for this, we change it to network provider. Change this to 9 mobile. The last one, discounts, change it to discounts. Minus $5. Good, we're done with this. So the next thing you have to do is for the payment method. So for the payment method, you're just going to add a rectangle. So change it to white, activate effects, activate stroke, reduce the stroke size to 20, corner the radius with 20. So you end up having something like this. So we can start designing for payment methods. So the next thing we have to do is wallet balance, bank card, and use cashbacks. So in order to do this, let's duplicate this text, take it out, type wallet balance, so you write down the amounts, 1,700. The other one is bank card. To make it debit card. the other one is use cashback. We have cashback of $20, so now that we have this, we can drag this in here. Left, good. We can add an icon if you wish, but I'm not going to add an icon. So the next thing I'm going to add is checkbox. So go to font awesome, search for check. So I choose for this. Place it here and make it green. Good. So now we just need to add eclipse here. So you look at the size of this 24 by 24. So change this to 24 also. Change the color to white. Add the stroke black. Make the stroke 50%. Now you can duplicate, Ctrl D. So take it here. And take this also here. Good. Let's make the body color very blue. Good. That's good. It's appear nice. Pay $92 or $95. So add a button. Make the fill color blue. Add P $95. Voila, and that is it. So now that we have this, we need to start our prototype. Let me go back. Okay, let's start our prototype now. In order to do our prototype, let me delete this. We need to start from the beginning. We'll connect our airtime to the next page. So it will be, no, let me delete this. So I'll be doing two things at the same time. So drag this icon to buy airtime, change it to smart animate and then connect to airtime. So connect the icon to, then you connect the buy airtime to this. So the next one we're going to do is anytime you click on continue, you want it to open this as on top, then open overlay. So it's going to open and let me see, centered. And if you click this side also, it's going to open this. So that is that. So now let's prototype. So now let's go back to our home screen. If you click on buy airtime, we'll have this screen, and click on continue, it's going to pop up. If you click on back button, it's going to go back, and that's how you design a bills payment. So I'm going to leave this design file in the description in order for you to learn more. So this is the complete design that I did, and this is how it looks. So that one is just for tutorial purpose. So you click on buy airtime, you have this. You click on continue, it will pop up like this. If you go to airline, you have this. You can select the destination, New York. You can select this to Miami. You can change the dates to August 5th 2005, and select the number of adults. Click on continue, and that is it. So in the next video, I'm going to teach you how to design a real estate renting and leasing and land sales mobile app. So make sure you subscribe to this channel for more UI design and tech tips. See you in the next video. One love.